purpose of doing the block push-up is probably because you're very, very close to performing a full push-up on the ground, but you're not quite there yet. So that's why we have this block to help guide you to increase your upper body strength in your chest, your shoulders, and in your triceps. So when it comes to setting up for the block push-up, the first thing that we'd want to take note of is the actual setup of the block. I am using a yoga block. If you don't have access to one, you can use a stack of books if you're doing this at home. You can use a foam roller if you're using it at a commercial gym. Anything that you can use to put on the floor and put some weight on. So the reason why this is going to be an effective way to learn the push-up is because as you set up, you are only going to go as low as until your chest touches whatever item you have or the block. The purpose of this is that we can limit or halve the range of motion. So if this is too easy now, what we can do is to change the orientation of the block. And what that is going to do is going to make it lower, hence harder. And if you get strong enough, you can go all the way down. And that's going to be very, very close to the regular push-up. And in the hopes that after a few sessions of using this, you can throw it away already and do a full push-up on the ground wherein your chest and your stomach touch the floor at the exact same time. A common mistake that I see when people do the block push-up is that they don't bring their chest all the way down to the actual block. And of course, that defeats the purpose of this exercise variation. If you feel like it's too challenging for you to go all the way down to make your chest touch the actual block, instead you can just go for that easier variation. And then once you feel that you're strong enough for this, that's when you can go back in attempting the lower height. The other common mistake that I see when people do the block push-up is that sure, you might bring your chest to the block, but if your hips are too dipped down like this, then that's not a good rep, because what we would want is that your chest and your hips will be aligned all throughout the movement. Don't keep your hips too low like this, and of course the other end, don't keep it too high like this, because it's just gonna make it look like a very awkward movement. And of course, that's just the basics of this movement. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to message me.